Hmm. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're going to try. We're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. I'm hoping now that the audio is on and it's working properly and we have that issue solved. It's hard to figure it out though because sometimes I can't hear it until it comes through on the live stream, and then sometimes the live stream's lagged a little bit. So let's see. We haven't quite caught up on Facebook. Let me see if YouTube's caught up and make sure that the audio is not bad before we get started, because I just don't want to. There we go. Let's see. All right, there we go. All right, cool. There we go. Good deal. All right, good. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, everyone. What is going on? How are you? How are you doing? How's everything going? Are you what are you doing? What are you up to? Do you have plans for your Friday, or are you just going to be hanging out with me for a little bit of time that we have for our Friday night journeys? How's everybody doing? Everybody having a good night, a good day, a good evening, all that other good stuff? Yeah. So we're just going to do like a quick little hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. We're still good. Good deal. That's always great news. Yeah, so we're going to do a little bit of a little weekend review, and we might be doing that every Friday. I was talking to a couple of the other fellas in the Shred Shed, trying to figure out what exactly we're going to be doing. So we're going to have to figure out how our I'm just sorry, guys. Just be patient with me while we're figuring out this. Let me turn that off because the audio is going to go. Okay. All right, cool. We should be good then. Yep, we should be good. Let me get there. Double check it. Yep. All right, cool. Good deal. Good deal. We're everywhere, guys. We're everywhere. So that's always a good thing. That's always a good sign, knowing that, legitimately everything's there. So I hope everybody's doing good. I hope that everybody's hanging out and doing their thing. I'm going to jump onto the chats real quick before we start getting into the week in review. And let's see. Stephanie said, hi, Ron. What's going on, guys? Bernie, what's going on, man? I'm going to read your comment real quick. Had some anabolic 647 bread. I've seen the 647 bread. 647 bread is very healthy for you. It's the Italian bread, right? With my spaghetti and meatballs tonight. Yummy. Might need to check my latest food creations on my page. Could make one of these scrumptious pizzas one night up at Casa del Jordan Hicks. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out, dude, because that'll be the way to go. That'll definitely be the way to go. Especially whenever it comes to that anabolic spaghetti pizza. I mean, I'm down for all that stuff. So I can't help it. I have a sweet tooth. I have a carb tooth. I have just a bad food for you tooth. That's what I got. Stephanie said, finally made it to Maryland. I'm glad that your trip was going well. I'm glad that your trip went well. Let's see. Web changes significant memory. All right, give me 1 sec. Let me close out a couple of things because I got some things that are open unnecessarily, and it's slowing down the computer a little bit. Boom. That should be good. And then let's go on over. Sam Moxley, how are you, buddy? How have you been, man? You been all right? So how have you been doing lately, buddy? My nieces, Serenity and Alexis, are doing good. Both girls made Eagle at Heritage Elementary in Delaware. What is Eagle? Is that like Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, Eagle Scouts? Is that what you mean by that? What exactly is Eagle? I'm not necessarily sure. I'm not familiar, unfortunately. Stephanie said, hi, Adam. Maybe Adam's in the chat. He's not here with me, though. I think he's working on the Shred Shed. He's over at our aunt's house working on the shred shed. We have a couple of more projects that we have to get done there because the platform, if you guys have seen in our videos, we have a platform, like a powerlifting platform that I built out of a wall, and I think we've decided to get rid of it. We want to get rid of that and then put down some regular mats, which it'll just give us so much more room in the shred shed for activities. And we always love activities. Activities are always so fun. Barry Jones, what's up, man? I'm glad that we got to see you Sunday, brother. How are you? Are you enjoying your Friday? How did you enjoy the show on Sunday? Let me know. What'd you think of my match? Did you have fun with it? Was it entertaining? Was it great? So it's good to see you here, Barry. I'm glad that you're following along, man. Bernie, the 647 bread that you guys made the French toast with. Was that 647 bread? I completely forgot, man. That's something you got to ask Jimmy. Jimmy remembers that stuff. That was more so Jimmy's in Jimmy's wheelhouse than it was mine, because I never really got into too much of the anabolic pizzas. No, that's a lie. I'm totally into the anabolic pizzas. That's the main thing, you know. Yeah, the anabolic pizzas the anabolic pizzas are probably my favorite out of the anabolic meals that I've had so far. I could try the anabolic French toast, but the French toast, man, like, I like eggs better in the morning better than that. Like, it's just one of those things. I don't necessarily get into cooking too much, because then I got to spend too much time thinking about it, and I'm trying to spend my time thinking about the things that I need to think about. Oh, sorry, I still have the hiccups a little bit. Thinking about the things that I have to think about instead of, thinking about food that I should cook. But then again, I was thinking earlier, actually, recently, so whenever we'll go back, we'll start going into the weekend review now. So this past week we had our road trip, and if you want to hear a little bit about our road trip stories, you can go back to the third episode, I think. I think the third episode it was where, or 3 episodes ago, actually, where we were talking about the trip over this past weekend, and we didn't get back until like Monday at 2:30 a.m. Monday morning, or it was actually technically Tuesday morning. So we spent the whole weekend on the road, and whenever I got back, I still had to prep my food. And I was thinking, I was like, man, like I have my set way that I set my food up, and whenever I do eat very well, like I'm on top of it. Whenever I'm disciplined and I'm doing it, but whenever I go on the road and I don't prepare my food for the road, and I eat bad on the road, it's really hard for me to come back and eat like a normal person and eat like I'm supposed to eat whenever I get back, because then I get into all these really bad habits and I go wild. It just gets ridiculous because I just don't stop. I have such a bad sweet tooth. I have such a bad habit of eating the bad foods. I have to really stay on top of myself and stay as disciplined as possible, because sometimes I'm not as disciplined as I should be whenever it comes to that. Like I really need to be. I need to be doing better with that. I need to be doing better with that. And you know what? That's what I think that these days are going to be from now on. Fridays are going to be weekend reviews. What can we improve on? What can we improve on? And then what did we do well? So this week, I'll do one thing that I did well and one thing I need to improve upon. The one thing I did well was getting all the work that I needed done, getting everything done, getting all my responsibilities taken care of without missing anything. So being on top of all that made me feel a good bit better about it all, because I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't eating like I was supposed to. You know, whenever you're trying to be a professional wrestler and you want to perform to the best of your abilities, one of the best things that you can do is eat well, because if you eat well, your body's going to digest that food a lot better, and it's going to be more efficient, and it's going to be doing everything more efficiently. Not only that, but it makes you feel better along the way as well, because I don't feel good whenever I eat bad. I always feel very bad whenever I'm eating very bad. Go figure, right? I'll go back to the chat real quick just to make. Oh, what's up, Rick Robinson? How are you, brother? I haven't seen you in a long time. How have you been, man? Have you been hanging out? What have you been doing? Did you go to NHW Saturday? How was that? Barry Jones, hell of a match. Great card all around. Yeah, that was a great show, man. CCW does a great job putting together like the best shows that they have, like the best talent. They have a really good talent. They have a good variety of talent. They always make sure that they have a little bit of something for everybody. You know, that's one of the more important things that you want in professional wrestling. You want to make sure that you've got people who are interested in your stuff. You want to make sure that you've got something that somebody's going to connect with. And there's so many different characters, and there's so many different ways that you can go about things with that. But I think that CCW is one of the best ones, especially in that area, in the Barnesville, Georgia area, more like the northern part of Georgia, I guess. I know there's a few other promotions that I haven't been able to work for yet, but I'm planning on it. Sorry if you guys are getting static because I just moved my cord, and I don't know if my cord, I don't know if the cord's being staticky. I'm trying to get it to move, but it's not really moving properly. Anyway. Yeah, you like the mask? Well, that's what I figured, man. I figured that like the last time he spit water on my face. So obviously I have to have an issue with that. So I figured out that we needed to wear masks, and I demanded that we wear masks because it's a pandemic, damn it. And if I had footage of it, I would have done a review on the match itself, but I didn't have footage of it like we did last time. So, you know, shit on me for that because I wish that I would have been doing better getting the footage, because that footage I would have definitely wanted, because it all makes sense. It all makes sense with that type of stuff. So, yeah, I like CCW. It's definitely a good promotion. Let's see where we got. A little bit more of the chat, and then I'm going to go back to the story at hand. Rick Robbins said he's doing great. Went to New Heights, worked my first show back in a year. I blew up quick. Yeah, well, if you haven't worked in a while, that's probably going to happen. That's just one of those things, dude. It's not – you just got to get back in there, man. Do you have any shows down in Southern Florida? Because you're still in Tampa, right? Do you still want to you still got some shows down there that you're going to be participating in, or is NHW just the only thing that you got going on for now? Sorry, guys. I got hiccups for some reason. And I don't think it's my water. I think it's the food that I just ate. I had some chicken parmesan, and felt like it wasn't going down my throat right. And that's what happens when we're on a live stream, guys. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to work out as well as you want. But anyway, going back to the story. So, yeah, this week I realized that, grubbing ain't easy. Just like Bernie just said, grubbing ain't easy, because that's one of the hardest things for me is getting the food right. If I can work out, dude, I'll work out all day. I love working out. I'll lift weights all day. I love lifting weights. I love all that stuff, but it's just when it comes to the food, I love eating food too, and I love sweets, and I love, man, you guys know. If you've been paying attention to the live streams and you've been joining me on here, you know how I feel about food. And it's a struggle, and I think it's a struggle for most people, because it's not like you can just quit eating. You have to eat something. And that's like what drives me crazy, because it's like, I want to have this pizza, but I guess I'm going to have grilled chicken. I like grilled chicken, and you have to convince yourself that you do like grilled chicken. But that chicken parmesan that I made tonight was pretty damn good. Cheese, a little bit of marinara sauce, and then that's it. Some vegetables. I try not to add too much more than that, because I know that the pizza sauce or the marinara sauce isn't necessarily the best thing to be adding, but at least I'm getting my protein, and it's a good protein source. It's a clean protein source, so it's not going to mess up my stomach, and I'm going to feel pretty good. So after this stream, I should be feeling really good, but we'll see. You never know with that. But I realized that I get it, like I'm kind of like a wild animal, or a half domesticated animal, a half not domesticated animal. Because you know how, like, when you're training dogs, or whenever you're just trying to teach your dog a new trick or whatever, you're trying to condition them to remember how to act with this certain stimuli that you're presenting to them. And then they react a certain way, and you reward the behavior for the way that they're reacting to you, or you don't reward it. You don't give them their treats. So I'm very much like that. I realize that if I'm not on top of my stuff, and if I'm not disciplined, if I'm not training myself, so you have to train your dog every day. You have to, like, it has to be part of the habits every day, so that they can remember it, and they're going to be like, oh, okay, this is what we do here, this is what we do here, this is what we do here. I have to do that, because if I don't have my food cooked, so whenever I cook my food, there's like something in my brain where it's like, nope, I got the food in there. Nope, I got the food in there. Once I eat all that food, pizza, pizza, gas station pizza. I'll get Sheetz or Wawa. I try not to do too much of the fast food. I try not to do like buy too much food because first of all, it's more expensive and it's low quality food that you're buying that's more expensive just for somebody else to cook for you to drive up and have the convenience to be able to pick up the food. That kind of sucks. So like, and it's not even that convenient because they mess up your food. They mess up the orders all the time. So it's not even like that big of a deal, Like it's just one of those things. It's a struggle and we're all in that struggle. And the damn struggle, it just gets so damn old because it's like, man, I wish I could eat whatever I wanted to. And this was never a problem that like humans had to worry about. But it's just one of those things. It's like it's that constant challenge, and it becomes less of a challenge. So I've dieted properly, and I've done all that, and it does become part of your normal life. You do not have like problems whenever you're on that habit. You actually see other food, and you're like, ugh, I don't want to eat that. That's disgusting. Why would I even try that? That's bad. Looks bad for me. Seems bad for me. Why would I want that? But the problem is, if you do it one time, hanging out with your friends, and your friends are like, "Oh, hey, we got some pizza." That's always easy, That's always the easier thing to do. But the challenge is the damn food. It's the damn food for me. I know. Like everybody has their struggles. Like some people will eat perfectly, but they don't want to go for a 15-minute walk twice a day. Once a day. Even if you're doing it once a day, that's complicated. It's hard to find the time. Even though it is easy to find the time, we just find excuses. We find, what is it? We find, not excuses, but like we spend our time doing other things, playing on your phone, going into a YouTube tunnel, a YouTube rabbit hole, all that other good stuff, because it's just so much easier that way. But the more you practice your discipline, the stronger it gets. It's just like a muscle. It's just like doing curls. It's just like doing bench press. It's going to get easier as you go. I'll jump back on the comments real quick as we're going through our weekend review. And good old Rick, Tweedledee, the professional wrestler, Tweedledee. If you guys want to check him out on YouTube, Tweedledee, look him up. He's the big man. I don't work much these days. New Heights is really it anyways. I'll let you get back to your story. Hey, it's all good, brother. That's what we're here for. This is an interactive session right here. This is what I'm trying to build. I want this to be a community where we all meet up. We share each other, like how our week's going on. What can we improve on? What can we what can we improve on? And what did we do well? Because you need to have both. You need to acknowledge the fact that you've done some good things. And then you need to acknowledge the fact that there are things that you can do better, because we can always improve in every different facet of life, pretty much, Then good old Barry Jones said, "Did you eat any bad food at the Waffle House in Barnesville?" Not this time. Last time I did, but I was in Barnesville. This last time I actually went to a Mexican restaurant. I don't remember the Mexican restaurant, but it was really good food. Sad, though, because it was Sunday, and apparently in Georgia, y'all aren't allowed to have alcohol on Sundays. Georgia? I thought that was America. But you're not allowed to have alcohol on Sundays? Huh. Weird. Anyway, Bernie said, Kurt Angle talked about the numbers. Make sure calories line up and you can find when and where you can eat a little more throughout the balance of the cardio and the weight training. Absolutely, Bernie. That's the thing. Every time that I set up my food, so I have a system. And I know like how much food I need to eat per day. I know what I need to eat and when I need to eat it. The problem is real life gets in the way, and you have all these different things that are jumping into your face, whether they're planned or not planned. It's hard to stay on top of it if you do not have your food there. If you have your food there, it's so much easier. It's so much better. That's one of the things too, because it's hard. It's hard. Even if you're counting all your calories, and I try to keep it not as I try not to get too ultra specific with it, because it gets overly complicated, and people get turned off whenever you get too complicated. I like it being more so like, what to eat, the good healthy foods, the meats, the vegetables, the fruits that you should be eating. Everything else is garbage. You can have them as snacks, but they're like little treats. You should treat them as like little treats. They're not real food. Pizza's not real food. I mean, it is, but it's not. Humans have we like throughout like our development throughout history, we've had different times and different famines where we would not have access to the amount of food that we need, and our bodies shrunk and we became like shorter and we became smaller people. But then you had an overabundance of food, and you had like an overabundance of good food. And then at a certain point, bread was introduced into the diet, and then the human body shrank a little bit because you're eating bread, so it's not as nutritious, though it'll keep you alive. So if it does keep you alive, I mean, I don't really give a shit how nutritious and how unnutritious it is. If it's keeping you alive, that's a good thing. That's a great thing. But the problem is with the overabundance of calories that we all have now, that we all have access to, especially like walk up the road, it's $1 for a double cheeseburger or $2 for a double cheeseburger, whatever it is, pretty affordable. Pretty affordable. So it's complicated because we're fighting a battle that we've never fought before, evolutionarily speaking or historically speaking, whatever speaking you want to say it is. You know, it's really hard for people to be able to discipline themselves to not eat because you're trained or you're biologically inclined, whatever the word may be. You want to eat. You want to eat. You have to eat. We have to eat to live. So, like, yeah, of course, you want to eat some really good food, some delicious food. It's yummy. It's great. And, like, of course, in your brain, it tastes good. It makes me feel good. But then eventually, it makes you feel worse. It makes you feel really bad. And that's the balance. That's the balance. Like, you want to differentiate your snacks from your regular food. Because if you don't, it's going to be complicated. It's going to make it a lot harder. So, it's all a balance. It's all a balance. And it's all just complicated, guys. It's all just complicated. You know, why can't I just eat what I want and then have the body that I want? I don't ever think that. I thought it would just sound funny. Yeah, it didn't really sound that funny. Taylor Smith said, the pick of your cat. Yeah, that's Mancat. That's Mancat. We had some Mancat stories yesterday, and now I'm going to start having some regular Mancat / Boycat / old man cat stories. Maybe once a week. Maybe I'll find one of the streams where we're going to be fitting them all in. And I'm starting to build the schedule for next week. So next week we've got the Jourdain live stream Monday. And then we're going to have our regular Jourdain stream Tuesday. But we're also going to have Spitting Games Radio on Tuesday. But that Tuesday, that's going to be later in the evening. That's going to be closer to 7:30 to 8 p.m. And we'll have Rick the Gamer or Richard Welch or Rick from SVR, whatever you want to call him. He'll be in here, and I'm sure he's got like a bunch of video game stuff to talk about with like, I don't know, Cyberpunk and PS5 and Xbox 580. I don't know anything about him. I know that there's new games and there's all that stuff, and you know the kids are going crazy for him and all that other good stuff. So it sounds fun. Barry Jones said certain counties can sell alcohol on Sunday. That's just like Baltimore. Baltimore's the same way. There's some counties that can sell alcohol on Sundays. Or no. There's certain stores who can. I think that the loophole with the stores is it has to also be a bar as well. So if it's also a bar, you can have like a standalone liquor store within the bar as long as it's connected to the same building. I think. I don't know. I never looked it up, but it's just what I put together by looking at the places where I can buy alcohol on Sundays. So that's what I think it is. But you know, it's America. Every state has some weird screwy rules that, you know, you never know. I just like to tease. Whenever they tell me I can't do something. I'll be like, oh, really? I thought this was America. I can do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but I can't do it on Sunday. Weird. I wonder what bad things happen on Sunday. Huh. And Stephanie said, it took our county in Virginia 25 years to finally vote for alcohol sale on Sundays to pass. That's the Bible Belt. They got more important things to worry about than alcohol, which, you know, at a certain point there is a lot more important things than alcohol. So I could understand that. Because I'm more inclined to think about it from my perspective, and I'm more disciplined with it. So I don't necessarily have an alcohol problem, but I know that there are a lot of people who do. And sometimes people have to be regulated because they can't regulate themselves. And that's a hard balance as well. We're talking about balances today, guys. I didn't know we were going to be getting all deep into that. Darnell, that's true. My body is very complicated. My body is too. I think all of our bodies are complicated. Give each other credit for that, at least. Give each other credit for that. So yeah, it's very complicated. It's all complicated. But the key to it is to not be overwhelmed by how complicated it seems, because at a certain point you're going to realize that it's not that complicated. At first it'll be complicated. At first it's hard, of course. But that's like you're starting anything. You're anything that you start, you're going to be unfamiliar with it. You're going to have growing pains. You're going to have a lot to learn. We always have a lot to learn, and we should be, like, in my opinion, I think that it's healthy and it's better for us to be able to practice all the time. Like, practice it all the time. So if you're not good at eating good, eating well, eating healthy, whatever the case may be, then practice. And if you mess up, that's okay. It's better than what you were doing previously. Like, it's better. So just take your time. That's one of the harder things as well, because whenever I get into the states when I'm on top of my shit, and when I'm on top of my shit, we're talking about dietary-wise right now, and when I'm preparing my food properly all the time, and I'm having my 4 to 5 meals a day, and they're timed out properly, and everything's going well, I'm way more efficient in everything. My mind is more clear. Your mind is more clear whenever you eat more healthy too, by the way. Your brain works better. Your brain works better whenever you lift weights as well. So that's another thing. You need to do cardio for your heart. You need to do sprints to burn the fat. You need to do weightlifting to not only like to stop the atrophy of your muscles as you age, which is more important for women, by the way. Once you hit menopause, your bone density starts going down tremendously. So it's a very good idea to start lifting anytime. Anytime is a good time to start. So start whenever you can. It's never too late. Don't ever tell yourself it's too late, because it's never too late. But yeah, it's just about building that habit. Like whenever I was building the habit for weightlifting, I was so drawn to it because I had the wrestling goals, and I thought that wrestling, like, okay, I got to do this if I'm going to do wrestling. And I played football in high school because I wanted to be a wrestler, and I knew that I had to be some kind of an athlete. So once I graduated high school and then I started pursuing wrestling, I was very skinny. So I've had a bunch of different fluctuations in the way that I dieted and the way that my body type went from endomorph to ectomorph. It started from ectomorph to endomorph to whatever the one that is overweight. I got myself up to 300 pounds, 6'7", 300 pounds. But I was always very lean up until that point. So it wasn't good. It was a hard lesson to learn, especially whenever you have higher ups within certain companies who tell you need to gain 20 pounds in a month. And it's like, that's not possible without getting fat. It's not possible. So I also want to make sure that people aren't telling people that they can or that they should do things that realistically, scientifically, anatomically you can't do, biologically, whatever you can't do. Like it's very, very hard to do that. You're lucky to gain maybe a half a pound to a pound a week if you're really like lifting the weights hard, and you're still going to gain some fat if you're at a calorie surplus anyway. It's a calorie surplus and deficit, or calorie deficit and surplus. You're always working in between those. Kazariah, finally, good to see you again, brother. Yes, easy way out. Yes, the easy way out. That's the thing, though. Everybody's always looking for the easy way out. But that's the thing, though. Whenever it comes to habits, whenever it comes to doing like the easy way or shortcuts, I've read in like a few of the books that I have here where, and I think it was The Power of Habit, was it? It might have been The Power of Habit. So if you guys get the opportunity, and I'm going to see if I can see it, because I'm going to be recommending you guys a lot of books, by the way, just because I like them. So I'm going to share them. I don't see it right now. Might be in the other room. Anyway, The Power of Habit. That's another good one. And basically, your brain learns something. Say like you're in a maze and you're learning a path. Okay, well, I'm going to go through this path and I know I need to go here. Okay, I'm going to go left and I'm going to go right. Okay, left way worked. right way didn't. So now I took note of that and I keep it moving. And you go on around and then you find your way through the maze. You're going and back and forth and you're hitting a wall, turning around, hitting a wall, turning around, hitting a wall. And now whenever you're trying to get yourself, once you've done it once, obviously you're going to exert more calories. You're going to burn more calories doing it that first time because you've never done it before. And you're probably covering way more ground than you normally would have. Now, the next time that you do that same exact maze, your brain's going to start working for you and your brain's going to be like, well, I remember most of this stuff. So I can kind of get rid of this and that and that. And instead of thinking, oh, I don't want to turn right here, I'm going to turn left. I'm just going to turn left because I know I need to turn left. And then around the next bend, I need to turn right. So I'm going to go right. I'm not going to remember to check. I'm not even going to check left because now this is easier. I'm going to go right. So your brain automatically just starts doing that because you've done it before. You're more familiar with it. You don't want to exert those calories sitting here thinking about, oh, what's my route? What's my strategy? Because the more you sit around and you think about your strategy, the harder it's going to get because you're just sitting down thinking. You're not going through the process. And the process is the hard part. Well, it's the hard part getting started, I think. In my opinion, it's the hard part is getting started. For me, because this week, perfect example, this week, going back to the review of the week, it's harder. It's harder to do that because I was wanting to eat healthy whenever I got back. I was like, okay, I didn't prepare my food for the trip. We're just going to go. I'm going to fast over the weekend. I'm going to limit the hours that I'm allowed to consume food, so that's going to make it a lot easier for me to eat right, because at least if I don't eat right, at least I'm only eating 1 or 2 meals a day, and I'll be fasting the rest, and it'll be much better. Well, whenever it comes to being on the road and you're moving around and you're rolling and you're rolling and rolling, and it gets a lot harder because you're driving, you get bored, you want to do something, you want to see what you want to see what's going on out there in the world. There's so many things that you want to do. But the problem is when you get back, you have to be normal. You can't just be out there on the road eating all the time, eating like the pizzas we were talking about yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it the day before? Either way, gas station pizza. Like I get excited because we're talking about gas station pizza. But the gas station pizza is not the best thing to have. It's not so bad if you only eat it once or twice. That's fine. It's okay. Sure, you can do that. But when I got back, I didn't want to stop. I wanted to eat more pizza. And I was like, man, I'm going to make me one of those anabolic pizzas. And I did. I ate an anabolic pizza 2 days ago. And I was really, really, really tempted to get one tonight. But then I told myself, you know what? Just get home. You have your chicken parmesan, close enough to pizza. It has marinara sauce on it and cheese. Close enough. And you enjoy the protein. I always feel better whenever I have the protein in anyway. So it always helps. It's always better. So it's just complicated because I know I keep repeating myself when it comes to these types of things, but I just have to reiterate it because it's a struggle for all of us, and that was my struggle. That's been my struggle this week. I'm a little bit better now. So far, so good, but you got to stay on it. It's all about consistency. It's just like the runs that I do every day. The runs they're good, they're great, but I wanted to get back to them this week because I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna get back on my rolling. I'm way more motivated when I do my runs in the morning. I'm way more motivated when I'm eating right. So if I'm not eating right and I'm not running, it's harder for me to care because I don't feel like, even if I'm lifting weights and like that, the weightlifting stuff is easy. That's fun for me. The running isn't necessarily fun. Sometimes it is. It's just not all the time. I'm still learning to enjoy it. But I'm getting better at it. I've been doing it for almost a year and a half, 2 years, off and on. Way more on than off. But yeah, it's about that habit. That's a good habit to have, though. That's the thing. Like, you are always trying to strive to improve upon those habits. You build your easy habits, and then you slowly and progressively make them a little bit better, and a little bit better. Darnell, what's up, brother? What's up, Georgian? It's good to see you. I'm glad to see you guys chit-chatting in the chat a little bit. And Barry Jones said, my wife Joanne said to tell you hello, and she really enjoyed the show, too. Good. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the show. It was awesome seeing you guys. like I said, CCW is an awesome show, and I think that everybody out there in Georgia needs to go out there and always support them because I know Dennis, the promoter, personally. He's a good dude, and he tries to bust his ass to put on a good show for everybody. And he tries to take care of his fans, and he's really big on customer service. Adam told me a story about how they had a fan who accidentally bought a couple of extra tickets, and he was trying to refund him, but the fan was like, "No, that's okay. Don't worry about it." And then Dennis was like, "No, man, no. Okay, so you're good to come here for the next two shows. You don't have to buy new tickets or anything." So he really took care of him. And whenever I see a promoter do that, and they've been in the business for a longer time, they understand the important aspects of what the business really is. You're not trying to act like you're some type of weird superstar or anything like that. You're just trying to take care of your people. Your people take care of you. You want to take care of your people. So that was good. Darnell, how do you overcome boredom of working out, eating right, etc.? Because that's my issue. Barry Jones said CCW, and I'm going to come back to you, Darnell, real quick. I just want to catch up with the comments real quick, and then that's a phenomenal question, and that's another challenge that I have all the time. Barry Jones said the reported attendance was like 345. Yeah, there was a good. That's the thing. It was Georgia. It's a pandemic, but damn it, people are going to come out for their professional wrestling, and I appreciate that. I love the fact that we can depend on people being there. People are going to be there. You guys are going to be there. We're going to be there. And I came all the way from Baltimore, so just remember that I'm traveling out the yin yang just to come see you guys, and either piss you off, make you angry at me, or make you love me. Either way, we're there, right? we're all in it together. Oh, man. Long day, though. Long week. Not complaining. That's one of the things. All right. Darnell, brother. So Darnell said, how do you overcome the boredom of working out, eating right, etc.? Because that's my issue. So here's a big thing. You have to find what you enjoy. You have to. You have to find a sport, a hobby, even if you don't like being in the gym, don't be in the gym. Find another way to move. You have to be active. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I have to go into the gym and I have to do this many presses. I have to do that many presses. No, just move your body. Get out and move. I would say that when it comes to working out, the boredom from working out, you have to change your workouts up. If you have a regimen, stick to your regimen for 3 to 4 weeks and then change it up a little bit. And then do it again for 3 or 4 weeks and then change it up a little bit. And then I would recommend, Darnell, looking up different types of workouts that you can do that are low impact, that don't have too many moving parts. You want to try to stay as healthy as possible, but you don't want to impact your joints too much, because the older we get, the harder it's going to get on them. And we more so want to keep the muscle tone. You want to keep as much muscle as you can. You want to keep as much muscle as you can as we age. That's the hard part. If you're doing all this crazy like CrossFit stuff, and I'm not against CrossFit, but once you get up to a certain age, say past 50, you can do CrossFit, but the likelihood of you having some type of an injury from it increases. That's just like with anything. But you still want to lift weights. There's that balance, though. You don't want to. I mean, you can still do CrossFit. You just have to set it up for you to where you're not going to hurt yourself and you're not going to do any more damage, because we want to go in there better than we were when we came in. We want to leave better than we came out. That's the whole goal. So if you're taking a chance to hurt yourself, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What really matters is staying active. You want to stay active as much as possible. You don't have to lift weights. You can do body weight stuff. You can go hiking. There's so many different things that you can do. But you have to figure out what you enjoy and do some type of muscle stimulation to where you're going to get some type of hypertrophy on your muscles. You want to get some type of actual work on your muscles to get them to try to stay as healthy and stay as strong as possible. Now, when it comes to eating, that's one of my issues. One of my issues is the eating. So eating right, that's the challenge. We're all in that challenge together, and especially with and that not like we. But I have like 5 or 6 different books for different types of workouts over here. So whenever I get bored with my workouts, I change them up. And I plan to change them up. Like we have 2 more weeks of the program that we're on now, and we're going to be updating you with that next Wednesday. Wednesday we'll have a Shred Shed episode, so it'll be me, Adam, and our other guest who also lifts weights in the Shred Shed, and we'll be doing the Shred Shed Chronicles, like I've been planning on for this whole time since we started the streams. But now I can finally, now that we have all of everything situated, everything figured out, where we're going to be, who's going to be where, who's going to be what, who can we depend on to be here at this certain time, specifically majority of the time, because we're going to be doing these all the time. Like I said, like I had to hurry back after our Shred Shed session just now to make sure that I got here so that I could do our live stream. Because we have to be doing our live streams, and we always have to get them out there because this is fun. I enjoy talking to you guys, and I hope that you enjoy talking to me. Maybe you're just watching so that you can make fun of me, though, which is cool. I just need the views. I don't give a shit why you're here. Just do it. And we'll go back to the chats real quick. And Barry Jones said that you damn right. Yeah, you damn right. Heel or face, doesn't matter when you're a true professional. You do both, Justice. Hey, man, I can do both. I can do both. I can do both. Whatever you need, Captain, put me in. Put me in. Bernie Dale said 2020, only in this year could they actually have Otis squash Nakamura just now on SmackDown. Ugh. Oh, that's hilarious. I haven't been paying attention to any of that, so that sounds like a not a good match. I mean, I don't like the squash with either one of them two anyway. It was probably a surprise though. I'd have to see it. I don't know. I'm not really against that because in the long term, like you never know like how all this stuff's going to play out. I mean, everybody's got to do a job every now and then, Bernie, right? But yeah, so the week has been good. It's always a challenge eating. And like I was saying earlier, I was thinking about this and I was like, damn, man, I need to. Now, this is going back to the point now. Now that I've explained how my challenges are with eating, now I'm going to start experimenting more. I think that I need to do my meal prep for my lunches. Maybe I'll have like 2 meals for my lunches. And then I need to have my evenings whenever I come here and do the stream. And then I can have a little bit of food here ready for me to do it, like ready for me to do either one. I can ready for me to have some type of food to cook. I'm not sure what I want to cook though. Like the Parmesan, the chicken Parmesan that I just had, it was already made. It wasn't like I made it tonight. But I need to start practicing making my food every night that I do it so that you can, so that you're good to go. You're good. You have your food at home. You don't have to buy anything on the way home. You don't have to get anything. Everything's there for you. You're good to go. That's what I need to get to. I want to get to where I can have good, fresh food. And my last meal of the day can be something delicious that I enjoy, that's hot, that's like that's not microwaved. That's a big thing for me. I love not having to microwave the food because majority of my meals, obviously, I keep them cold and, unless I make some wraps, and I love the wraps. But even the wraps get old. Like it all gets old at a certain point. So I need to give myself a good time of eating with variety. Because even when I do eat bad, I don't necessarily have a lot of variety anyway. When I eat bad, I don't even think about it. I just eat what I like. And a lot of times what I like is kind of the same stuff day to day. Now that I'm thinking about it, but now that I'm thinking back about it, that makes sense. But it's just easier, It's just one of those things. Bernie said, yep, can attest to Ron doing heel or face well. Oh, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Barry Jones said, you are a true wrestler. Hey, man, I appreciate those words. That's all I want to do. That's what makes me happy. All I ever wanted to be was a true wrestler. That's it. That's all I wanted to be. I just wanted to be a wrestler, man. And I'm glad that at least some of you guys out there appreciate and understand that that's what I am, and that's what I'm going to be. Well, that's what I am, Sometimes we are what we are, man. You are what you are, and I'm just a wrestler through and through at heart. But anyway, back to the week at hand. I'm going to start figuring out some of the meals, and maybe I'll talk to Jimmy and see like what type of advice he has, because I know he has a cookbook of that the YouTube guy Greg Doucette, whatever, and maybe I'll get some recipes from him. Some of the easier recipes. I don't need something that's super in depth and that you have to be that you have to be hmm. Oh, what's that? Southern. I know that. I'm from the South, man. Come on, Barry. Who are you saying that for? Yeah. That's just it though. You know, it's finding good food. It's finding good food. Maybe I'll be able to get some advice from Jimmy and he'll be able to hook me up with a couple of recipes that are not too in depth and too complicated. But, you know, what are you going to do, man? It's just one of those things. I just have to be more disciplined. I have to be more on top of it. So the thing that I can improve on for this week, since this is our little week in review, I can plan my meals out faster. Yeah, faster. I don't know. I don't know if I like that word. Faster or better, more efficiently, both. Better, faster, and more efficiently. All the above. Maybe efficiently covers both. I'm not necessarily sure, but yeah. Um, yeah, Barry said for the all the other marks. Yeah, you do have to say that because I have a lot of people from all over the place, and a lot of people are going to hear Wrestler, and they're going to be like, "What is that? Like a part of a car? What is he talking about? Wrestler? Who's a wrestler and who's a wrestling?" I love it. But yeah, it's been a good week. We just got back from the shred shed, and like I said, Ralph is he's over there right now getting ready to move the platform that we have so that we can have more room in there. And we're going to be putting a lot more videos. So next week, next Wednesday, we're going to be starting our Shred Shed episodes. Went for a walk, got lost. I got to see which day we're going to be doing that. I have some editing to do this weekend so that Ralph and I can get back to start catching up with that. And we're going to start going out and filming more of those. But first, before we start filming more of the Went for a Walk, got lost, we have a couple of ghost hunts to do. So we have to find our ghost hunting spots. And I'm not necessarily sure who's going to be joining us, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We may have special guests. It may be just the SVR crew. It may be, whoever. You never know. You never know. We might have some people though. You know, I do have a lot of wrestling fans. I could definitely get some wrestlers to go out there hiking with us. Um, Georgian said, "Have you ever done a salmon ladder?" I don't know what a salmon ladder is. What is a salmon ladder, Georgian? And thank you for the peanuts again, because I love boiled peanuts, and they were so good. We ate most of them on the way home, and had a little bit left over here. And I think that I ate a little bit of them, and then I know that Ralph ate the rest of them a little bit later. So thank you so much for that because it was delish. And let's see here. Boom. Jump back over here. A salmon ladder, though. I don't know what a salmon ladder is. All I know is the weekend review. Yeah, improve upon dieting properly. So next week, I should be dieting a little bit better. Not necessarily dieting, whatever the vernacular is that you want to use. Eating normal, eating like I'm supposed to, eating regular, getting back to normal. Because you do want your diet to be normal. You want that to be the regular way that you eat. At least I do. But sometimes it don't always work out that way. Sometimes you have the best of intentions and then you don't you don't do what you're supposed to do, and then you're hard on yourself. But you shouldn't be too hard on yourself. Georgian said, "My daughter asked that, but I don't know. I guess you'll have to Google it." I'll Google that real quick just to see because I have no idea what a salmon ladder is. Let's see here. Salmon ladder. Salmon ladder tutorial. Is that like a workout? Oh, that's like a here, let me put it on my YouTube real quick and I'm just going to put it up to the screen so I can show you guys. Okay, shut up. All right, shut up. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's like that. It's like American Ninja Warrior stuff, like where they have the pole and then they jump up and then they jump up and then they jump up. You know, you have to do a pull up and then jump it up. I mean, that's a very very tough looking workout. No, I've never done that. I don't even know anywhere that has equipment like that. That's a badass drill though. You'd have to be you definitely have to be a badass to be able to do that because that nah, I can't do that. My you need I'm a big boy, man. That's really hard. That's some super like you got to be a gymnast to be able to do that. I'm not a gymnast. I'm 6'7", 260 pounds, 255 maybe, depending on the week, whether it's a good week or a bad week. But yeah, that salmon ladder looks hard as shit, so I'm not trying that. No, I've never tried it. I would try it, but I don't know anywhere that even has a salmon ladder like that. That's crazy to me. Barry Jones, any idea when you will be back in Barnesville? No idea yet. Probably past February or March. No January, nothing in January. Maybe February, maybe March. We'll see. I will be back down south a little more regularly as well, but I'm going to see how we can make the different dates with the different locations work that I need to be at. So we'll see about that. But I'm definitely gonna be back, but I'm not. It's hard to say yet. And Bernie just pointed it out. He said that the salmon ladder is crazy super upper body strength like American Ninja Warrior. Yeah, exactly. And I've never done anything like that. Like I've gotten really good at pull-ups, but I've never gotten good at jumping pull-ups, kipping. I guess they would be kipping pull-ups. Those count more so as like a kipping pull-ups than anything because they're because you got to hang on and you got to jump. But how crazy is American Ninja Warrior where you like all those crazy grip strength? Like I'm not the type of athlete who could do that type of stuff. My hands would be dead ASAP. ASAP, they'd be dead. But yeah, this week has been good. It's been as productive as you can ask for, especially coming back and then living in a daze for the past couple of days because I was still tired from the road. You know, the road kind of kicks my ass a little bit, as it does when you drive like over 30 hours in a car for over a weekend. And don't ask me why I do that. We're just crazy. So we you know, I don't know, man. It's just fun. It's like a mini vacation. Like you're gone. You're completely gone from the normal world, and you're off on this little adventure. And now I have to go off and do some wrestling with my friends down in Georgia. And it was supposed to be Alabama, but Alabama got canceled. So then, you know, I went and visited a little bit of family and had some baby time. I got to see the baby nieces and nephews. If you guys follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you would have been able to see in my stories the little updates that I had with my family members. And it's always good seeing family, and I love sharing that with you guys because I think that we all can appreciate that little part of being a human, right? This week has been good other than the snow. I can't stand the snow. I hate the snow. The snow fell like a couple of days ago, but it's still everywhere. It's been under 30 for the past, I don't know, couple days. And so but it warms up just a little bit. It warms up like to 38, maybe 39. So it starts draining a little bit of snow. A little bit of the snow starts turning into water, and it starts draining everywhere. But then it gets later, and then guess what? Guess what happens? I bet you'll never guess what. It freezes back over. And then when it freezes back over, guess what happens? You slide all over the place. And or you think you're walking in the snow, but that snow actually melted, and it's frozen over ice, and you step on it, and you slide and bust your ass. And then you have a bruise on your ass. I'm not going to share my bruise on your ass, but I'm telling you that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. It sucks. But what are you going to do? Stop the snow? No. Move somewhere where it doesn't snow as much? Better idea. I like that. I like the sound of that. And Stephanie said, I was surprised there was still snow in Maryland when I got up here, up in Maryland, because you just came up to Maryland. So yeah, there's snow everywhere still. And there's a lot of the roads still they're not even cleared out. So you really can be busting your ass. And not only that, be careful in your cars too, because black ice is no joke. I've already seen a couple of people sliding around today. And I was taking a walk last night. Actually, right after our stream last night, I was walking down the street trying to get a few more of my steps in my little Fitbit challenge. And if you guys want to join me on the Fitbit challenges, you should add me. DM me wherever your things is. So DM me your email for Fitbit. I don't know. Either way, contact me because we can get up on there. So yeah, but it's just nasty out, and I'm tired of the snow. I'm sick and tired of it. You go outside and your feet get wet. That you just go outside and your feet get wet. It's disgusting. And so Bernie said that day or two after a long trip is definitely serious recoil and rest and relax. Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't rest and relax very well. So when I get back, I'll take my 6 to 8 hour nap, and then I'm up and ready to go. Let's get back to work now. Now we have to do our normal thing, and I'm not gonna sit around and sit on my ass all day. I can't do that. I can't do it. I don't have that in me. Oh, Laura, so nice for you to join us. We've been on here since an hour ago. I know it was perfect timing because we are about to wrap up, but I'm glad that you made it. And we're like I said, this isn't the only stream. I told you we're going to be doing streams all the time, so now you get to see it. Georgian said, move back home to Defuniak. Also, Brian said, move back to Florida. You know, you guys, definitely, that's definitely in the plans. Pending on how all the COVID stuff goes and all my things that I have going on up here, that could come sooner than later, because the more that I deal with everything up here, the less I don't want to be up here. And I always didn't really want to be up here all night anyway. It's just, and it's nothing to do with Maryland, and it's nothing to do with Baltimore. It has more to do with the cold and the weather that I don't like. Baltimore's a great town. I love Baltimore. It's just, it's just one of those things, you can't really, I grew up in Florida, so Florida is really all I know, or knew, until I moved up here, and then I started dealing with the snow, and then I got turned off. And then, I was traveling and wrestling, and I had crazy snow in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, and I had crazy snow in Pittsburgh. And, of course, I was driving those nights, so I had to drive through those damn winter blasts. And I have some video. I have some video in one of my and I have so many external hard drives, but in one of my external hard drives I have a bunch of footage of us just going 20 miles an hour down the highway, and there's only a little path, and we have wall of snow, and it's like 95, and we're just trucking along. There's semi trucks. There's so many. You pass by so many cars that are on the side of the road, and you pull over. And you're like, "Hey guys, you need help?" No, we're good. We're getting towed. A normal car can't get us out. And it's scary because you're like, "Fuck, I don't want to turn out like these. I don't want to be like these losers, like these dumbasses driving in the snow." But I gotta get home, so I'm gonna drive in the snow too. It's just one of those things. Oh, see, George said move to Barnesville. See that? Hey, man, that's tempting as well. And Laura said, I know. Shush, I'm working for a living. Hey, that's all good, Laura. You join us whenever you can. I guess we all got to work for a living. I guess we all got to do what we got to do. But yeah, so I'm glad that we were able to go through a little update, and we got through our hour together. And I don't want to go too much longer because I don't want it to get too late. And I appreciate you guys joining us. I think that these episodes are fun, and we're going to be doing these more often. We have Shred Shed Chronicles on Wednesday. We have Spitting Games Radio on Tuesday. We have my podcast, stream, whatever you want to call it. It's a little bit all of the above. But you're going to have to be paying attention to my YouTube channel, because my YouTube channel is going to be having a lot of exclusive videos where I'm going to be interviewing and talking to a bunch of different people. And it's not necessarily interviews. That's not my style. I don't really I'm not like a question and answer type of person. I'm more of a talk to you and see where you are and how you are, where you're going, where's your brain at, what do you like, what are your experiences, that type of stuff. So I think we'll be having a lot more interesting conversations on there. But I'll keep you guys updated. Make sure that you pay attention. Just follow Endgame Jourdain on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me, Paul Jourdain, on Facebook. Jourdain.shop if you want any of the merchandise there. I got like 4 different shirt designs, a bunch of different pictures, a bunch of different magnets, stickers, wristbands, a little bit of everything. So if any of you guys want any of your Jourdain merchandise, go to Jourdain.shop and check that out. Other than that, man, you guys have a great weekend. Pay attention to my Instagram. I'll probably go live a couple of times over the weekend. This weekend, we're going to be working in the Shred Shed, so I'll be going live and keeping you guys updated with our Shred Shed stuff that we'll be doing. And other than that, guys, have a great week.